To health matters now, Africa has the capacity to find her own solutions to the health and development challenges. The Chief Executive Officer of the Reimagine Impact Association, Cecily Kariuki, is calling on African researchers to help the continent in finding solutions to challenges that hold the continent back. She urges for an increase of research funding to aid in the generation of usable data.
While Africa's disease burden is now at 20% and growing, investment in clinical research funding remains below 3%. This, the Chief Executive Officer of Reimagine Impact Associates, Cecily Kariuki, says is unsustainable.
The resource constraint, but also because of our own failure to collaborate and respect that which we have. Obviously, when we were moving into the space of colonization, it was assumed that indigenous knowledge of any kind is backward, and therefore we are getting to a point and saying that which appeared to be civilized can no longer serve us. And that is where our indigenous knowledge comes in. That is where our own scientists, and we are privileged to have one of the best crop of scientists, are being called and invited to come back home and help resolve our own problems by coming up with homegrown solutions.
Kariuki says reliance on solutions generated from outside the continent is further complicating an already sorry situation and urges patriotism among researchers who have left the continent. The former cabinet secretary, who was a delegate at the second Africa Health Harm Reduction Conference in Marrakesh, Morocco, said the growing disease burden is further complicated by climate change, whose impacts on water, environment, and food security are worsening the already sorry situation for the continent.
With the negative impact that we are seeing, driven by several factors, but a few being the climate change impacts, lifestyle changes, but also in terms of where we find ourselves as a people in terms of levels of economic poverty, then we can only say we are at a turning point in terms of finding our own solutions to our own African problems.
Calling for a paradigm shift in the way resources are allocated, Kariuki said that the health sector in Africa is having the biggest challenge in dealing with the resultant effects on human capital well-being exacerbated by mental health.
There is such a severe shortage of health workers in Kenya, but also globally. What that amounts to, the ratio of 1.55 professionals against a target population of 1,000. That is what is available. But the WHO target is 4.45 human resource per 1,000 population. You can see that gap. It's not just a figure, but what it means is that the few that are available to work are highly stressed, they are overwhelmed, they don't take a break, there is no issue of self-care, they just cannot cope. That then translates into partially what contributes to mental illnesses.
She is urging for homegrown solutions through evidence-based research. Judith Akolo, Lunchtime News.